Happy Tuesday, everybody. I'm Rex Thompson, the WDAM 7 First Look Weather Center, and we're just updating you on the particular weather situation we're watching for this afternoon. First Look Day has been issued for this afternoon and evening here in the Pine Belt. Now, the reason we're just looking around the cameras right now, there's some clouds in the area. South Central Regional Medical Center coming in at 66 degrees. Winds are south there at 16, gusting up to 21. And those winds are going to be a big factor in our weather today. We'll check another location at 68 Walt Massey Ford in Columbia. Winds are southeast there at 13, gusting up to 20. Now, when I show you the graphic later how strong the winds could actually get this afternoon, it may surprise you a lot. Now, we have changed the timeline. We're thinking the worst of the weather could get into the western Pine Belt by 4 o'clock and be out of here by about 8 or 9 o'clock tonight. So our main concerns at this point are pretty strong tornadoes. You get a supercell out against that main line of thunderstorms, you can fire up a pretty good supercell, which can develop a very strong tornado in advance, and that is certainly the case today. 70 mile per hour plus straight line winds. That's winds that come with a line of thunderstorms that's called straight line. They blow from west to east, and they can do a lot of damage as well. And plus just the regular winds we're getting today out of the southeast, up to gusts up to 35, maybe 45 miles per hour. And I'll show you what my models here shows shortly. But the tornado threat is low to medium this afternoon and early this evening, so don't let your guard down at all. Again, the main threat today, severe weather, is becoming more and more likely, especially late this afternoon into the early evening hours. Tornadoes certainly possible. Damaging wind gusts to 70 miles per hour. I even venture to say 80. Threat should end around 9 o'clock tonight. I gave it a little extra hour just to make sure, but it should end around 9 o'clock this evening. Now, here's how you can stay in touch with us, and we can just stay in touch with each other. Use your iPhone or Android phone, download our WDAM First Alert Weather app, and you'll be good to go. You can carry us anywhere you're going. We'll go with you, and we'll be alive along with you as well. And don't forget about your weather radios. Make sure the batteries are working and those things. Make sure, because in case you lose power in advance, if the weather radio has good batteries, it will still operate and you will still get watches and warnings on your weather radio. So make sure you have a battery backup for sure. Okay, moving on to the current radar. Not a drop of rain is in our viewing area at this point. So let's show you the futurecast. This is about 3:30 this afternoon. We're seeing thunderstorms near Brookhaven, Macomb, south of McCaven, down to Baton Rouge, Natchez. It's these individual cells we're watching for the potential for maybe a tornado or two to pick up on. It's these little cells out in front. They're like this here, and maybe one like this here. And then we got all that to be contending with, plus a line of thunderstorms that's going to come through after the other stuff, like the main little supercells ahead. That's what we're looking for. Development of supercell, and that could bring about the possibility of 1 or 2 tornadoes in the area. But once that line gets through and it consolidates, it'll be more of a straight line wind situation instead of a tornadic situation. But you've got to watch out for those individual cells. Now, this is a computer representation of what we think the radar is going to look like at 3:30 this afternoon. So let's move this up in time till about 6:30. And the line is on top of the Pine Belt. Everybody's getting a lot of showers and thunderstorms, probably a lot of wind, rain, maybe an embedded tornado warning in it. I know that Chief Meteorologist Patrick Bigby, Meteorologist Nick LaCour will be here this afternoon. They'll be taking it over from me. I've been here since about 3:30 this morning working with this, but just trying to keep you updated and keep you posted. Now, pardon me, this is 6:30 this evening here in the Pine Belt, so let's move this up a tad more to about 9 o'clock. That means the entire system has now shifted into Alabama, and we're done with it. We're completely done. Our severe weather threat is over at that point. So keep that in mind. That's why we've changed the timeline again from 4 o'clock to about 8 o'clock. but I went to 9 o'clock. Well, I think we're in the clear at 9 o'clock, and then of course we're in the clear in the early Wednesday morning. It will be turning cooler as well. Now, these are the current wind speeds at this point at 10:09 a.m. here in the Pine Belt. 15 miles per hour in Summerall, 16 in Laurel, 16 in Bay Springs, 18 in Raleigh, 20 now in McGee, 16 in Brooklyn, 13 in Petal, 15 in Hattiesburg. Now, these are the future forecast winds. Look at that. By 2 o'clock, they could be gusting up to the 40s in many locations here in the Pine Belt. And again, this is ahead of the frontal system. This is just winds out of the southeast feeding into the system. This is not the actual squall line coming in with the cold front. We'll see what this does over the course of the next several hours. There we go. There's the front coming in by 6. It's back to the west. You can see the winds are dying down a little bit, but it's still very strong ahead of the front at 6 p.m., gusting up to 50 in Hattiesburg. And finally, about 7 o'clock, it's starting to calm down a little bit, but it's still going to be very windy. So your commute forecast between 4 and about 6. I think we'll have thunderstorms in the western portion of our area at 4 o'clock and in the entire area by 5 and 6. So use caution. Some of the storms likely to be severe, and just keep posted on that. Keep us posted. We'll keep you posted. You just watch us and we'll let you know the latest. Now, here's the current setup. There's a cold front just to the east of Dallas. There's a warm front snaking down from around just to the east of Shreveport, around to Alexandria, in the extreme southwest Mississippi down towards Baton Rouge and New Orleans. You can clearly see, I'm going to show you another graphic here where I took that off, and I'm going to take the cold front and the warm front off too as well. And this is what I really wanted to show you. This is a current tornado watch, and it runs from basically south of Little Rock. The areas in red are the tornado watches. They cover much of the southern third of Arkansas, back towards Shreveport, around well east of Dallas into extreme southeastern Oklahoma. Much of Louisiana is under a tornado watch. That basically extends from to just to the east of, I think, just north of Vicksburg, all the way down to Alexandria, down to the Lake Charles area. That's a tornado watch. And that yellow box you see in there, that's severe thunderstorm warnings. And there's a little bitty part that could be a tornado warning in this right now. Let's zoom in and see. Yep, there's a tornado warning right there between Shreveport and Monroe. So we're watching that as well. But anyway, this will be coming our way later on this afternoon and this evening. Again, that's why an alert day has been issued for this afternoon and this evening. And again, we'll go through it with you one more time to give you an idea. We're under the number 3 alert. It goes very low, which is number 1, extreme, which is number 5. We fall into the third category. And that tells me we could be looking at possible 1 or 2 tornadoes this afternoon and this evening here in the Pine Belt. Not trying to scare you, just prepare you. That's all I'm trying to do. There's a possibility we may not even have a tornado warning this evening at all, but there's a possibility we will, so keep that in mind. Again, our main concerns are between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. Again, tornadoes, 70 plus mile per hour straight line wind, small hill, maybe some brief heavy rainfall. I think the system will be moving so fast we won't even have to worry about the rainfall with it. And the tornado threat, again, is low to medium across the area. That's the entire viewing area. Again, severe weather becoming likely this afternoon and evening. Tornadoes possible. Damaging wind gusts to 70 miles per hour. Threat should end around 9 p.m. I think it end before 9 p.m., but I'm saying it will end by 9 p.m. and no later than 10 p.m. for sure. All right, here's how you need to stay in touch with us. We can stay in touch with you. Again, make sure you download the WDAM First Alert Weather app on your iPhone or your Android. I'm sure most of you already have it on your phones, but just in case you don't, we'll alert you. We'll give you warnings, watches, anything you need, and we'll be live with that too. And by the way, if you have a weather radio, you can get them at Walmart, Dick's, all kinds of different places have them. Make sure the batteries are fresh, they're plugged in. But if you lose electricity, the batteries will make the radio still alert you. So you'll still be getting alerts, although you have no electricity left. So let's go on and show you the forecast for this afternoon. Now, this is not going to occur It's going to be later on this afternoon into the evening hours. Severe thunderstorms developing somewhere between 4 and about 8 p.m. A 90% chance of that happening. Today's high around 75. Again, the wind's very key here. Southeast at 15, maybe gusting up to 45 miles per hour this afternoon. And if you got any outside furniture like lawn furniture, a trampoline, I'd tie that down, just to be honest with you, or bring it in or do whatever you need to do with it. You don't want that flying around because this wind is going to be so strong ahead of the system. But again, this mainly is for this afternoon and for this evening. Now, overnight, the storms will come to an end. The threat ends about 9 o'clock. And then after that, the 40% chances until about 9 o'clock. And then after that, I think the skies will start beginning to clear. It'll be cooler. Winds will be west at 15 to 25 miles per hour. The low will be around 50. And your forecast for Wednesday, sunny and breezy. Look at the high at 65, but the winds west at 15 to 30 miles per hour. So we're in for a breezy couple of days around here in the Pine Belt. So let's take a look at your 7-day forecast. What's going on here now? Again, at first alert weather day for this afternoon and this evening with a high of 75. Overnight low 50. Then beautiful sunny weather returns on Wednesday, sunny with a high of 65. Then we dip down to around 38 degrees on Wednesday morning. And on Thursday, we get to around 66 for the high. We're back to 43 for the low by Friday morning. Clouds increase on Friday with a high of 75. Then we have another round of a system coming through on Saturday. At this point, it does not look nearly as bad as the one we're likely to get this afternoon and early this evening, although we do have a chance, about a 50% chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms. That quickly moves out, and we're mostly sunny on Sunday. A morning low of 48 on Sunday morning, 65 for a high on Sunday afternoon, 40 for Monday morning, around 72 for a high on Monday. So that's what I have for you right now. I'll be back at noon with a brand new live update.